What is up, everybody? My name is Kyle, and this is my channel. If you're new here, you haven't missed much. This is only my second video. And if you're coming back, thank you so much. That means I did something right in that first video. I know it couldn't all be right, so please give me feedback, constructive criticism. Don't be a jerk, but I want to get better at this. So yeah, my name is Kyle. This is my second video. I'm working on kind of vlog style content. Not exactly sure what this is all going to be, but my last video and this video are going to be pretty interior design, home decor centric, just based on the work I've been doing here around the house. So in that first video, we swapped out some furniture over here for a beautiful stepped bookcase, and then kind of designed and decorated it a bit. In this video specifically, we're going to be doing 2 mirror installs. I've got a buddy coming over in a little bit to help me with the larger mirror. We're going to be putting a storage unit in my bedroom. We're gonna be installing a wall clock right behind you. And then right now we're actually gonna be unboxing some hardware for the cabinets in my basement and the pantry in my basement. And there's a little bit more to that. I bought them for a very specific reason, and we'll get into that when I start unboxing it here in a second. All right, let's get into it. All right, so as you can see, we're at my dinner table right now, and we're gonna do a little bit of unboxing. So what I have here in this tiny but mighty little box is hopefully some really cool hardware. The company is ROUS or ROUS. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I went on your YouTube, I went on your website, couldn't find anyone saying it anywhere. So ROUS, I don't know. You guys caught my interest, and let's get into this. So I mentioned there was another reason behind me buying these for the bathroom in the basement. And that is, I'm actually hoping to, at some point here in the near future, swap out all the hardware in my kitchen. My kitchen is right behind you right now. And before I fully committed to swapping out everything in the kitchen, I wanted to buy some hardware for the basement that I could play with in here and kind of set up in a few spots. I got some of the pieces for the basement are the same pieces that I want for up here. So again, I bought them for the basement, but I'm going to test them out up here just to see if I like the feel. And if I do, very likely there's going to be a video in the future where I swap out all the hardware in my kitchen with this. So I haven't shown my address. Great. I don't have to reshoot this. Let's get into this. I didn't finish cutting because I got distracted talking to you guys. All right. Tiny but mighty box. First up, we've got the screws to our hardware. Definitely packaged very well. I think, yeah, every piece is individually packaged here. They're mostly the same, but let's check them out. So that's it. No freebies. All right, first reveal is a pull bar. Yeah, I love this already. I can already tell that it's really well crafted. I like the matte finish. It's a really nice hand feel, but oh, show the camera. So this is the pull bar. I don't know if that's working. This is the pull bar. I got it in olive green. They've got a bunch of great colors on the website. Olive green is just kind of my jam. And when I was thinking about it, I decided to do the basement, the pantry, and then hopefully the kitchen all the same color, so I shouldn't have to buy any new colors. But yeah, olive green. This is the pull bar. I believe they have only one style of pull bar currently, different colors, but only one style. But when it comes to knobs and some of the other pieces, there are more options, and you should see one of those in here shortly. What's else got? Another pull bar. Should be one pull bar in here, and another pieces. Oh, this is pull bar. Okay, so these should be different. Yep. The other style I got is this T-shaped pull knob. I was going back and forth between the circular ones and the T-shape. I really like the shape of these. It's pretty unique. And I figured if I was going to go all out, might as well go with something unique. That said, too, if I ever wanted to swap out the pull knobs, I'm only going to have, in total, 2 in the basement and then 1 up here in the kitchen. So replacing 3 knobs down the road isn't that big of a deal. Yeah, these are the pieces from ROUS. Like I said, they're for my basement and for the pantry in the basement, but I'm gonna play with them a little bit here in the kitchen, and maybe I'll take you along for it. I don't wanna do any big reveals if I'm gonna do the whole kitchen down the road, but maybe I'll give you a little peek into what I'm doing with that. All right, let's go put these on. The other thing here is, as I was purchasing them online, there's different sizing. And basically the sizing is the spacing between these screws. I will say I did ask on the website. They give you the length of the full pull bar, or like the length of the hardware. And then in parentheses, there's another number with a CC next to it. And that CC actually stands for center to center. And that's just how you measure for the right size pieces. I'm not using a screwdriver here just because I'm testing them in the kitchen. This is not permanent, but yeah, I have a feeling we're going to be doing that very shortly. These look great. We're down in my basement now, and we're just going to get these permanently installed. So like I mentioned, I wanted to swap the hardware on this pantry. So this pantry in my basement is actually where I keep most of my pantry items. There's not a ton of storage upstairs in my kitchen, so this serves as my like dry food storage pantry. Not looking to swap the doors anytime soon, but I felt like it could use a little bit of facelift. It didn't necessarily need new hardware, but in the interest of buying something so that I could test it upstairs, this felt like a safe bet. So again, I bought the hardware for this mostly so I could test it upstairs, but this is where it's going to live permanently. So let's just get it installed. And of course, this one's a flathead. Let me go get my other screwdriver. We have the right tools for the job. Always important. Not critical, but important. I'm noticing this door is a little thicker than the last one. I think the hardware will be long enough. If not, I imagine I can use this flathead screw. Yep, so those are not long enough, which means we're going to use the old screws. Actually, you know what? Let me go check real quick. They packed some extra screws with this. I'm wondering if they're longer. They look longer? I can't quite tell. Yep, they are. So, cool thing about ROUS, however you want to say it, they gave me different screws with all of the hardware. I'm assuming just in case some of the boards were too thick, or actually that's probably the only reason. So let me look at the lengths here. Are these all the same? Yep, they're all the same. They're just a little bit longer than the standard. So let's give these longer ones a try. That'll work. It is a little bit of a sticky door. I'm sure you saw that when I first opened it. So you got to use a little bit of force. My preference would be that these are secure and that I'm not pulling the handles off every time I want a snack. Could be a good snack deterrent though. Come on. Go to your home. Sick. You can see a little bit of where the previous handles were. The previous owners, I think, had painted around it at least once, but I would call that an improvement. All right, number 2. Back to the flathead. Oh no, just kidding. This one's Phillips. You always put the hardware on the right door with a flathead screw. And then standard practice is to put the hardware for the left door on with a Phillips head screw. Something about feng shui, the energy in the room. Okay, old hardware is off. Long screws. Let's get this one on. Peekaboo. All right, last screw. Oh, this one's a little tricky. Let's see here. This one might take a little finagling. Try something else. So this one's coming in at a bit of a weird angle. Trying to line it up right. I think I just got it. It's an older door. There's a little bit of give in the screw that was already here. But, oh, we just got it. Okay, we're good. Scared me for a second. Beautiful. Well, I know that's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's pretty cool. And again, this is the catalyst for getting the kitchen done upstairs. So good first start. I'm sure you can see that. Maybe if I get closer, it'll focus. Yeah, and you may be able to see, you can see a bit of the, we'll call them artifacts of the previous hardware. If I really wanted to, I could sand this down and repaint it. I'd probably just replace it down the road. It's a bit older, like I said, it sticks, but there's really nothing wrong with it. And this was a nice upgrade. So really happy I did this. Welcome to my basement bathroom. I don't spend a lot of time here, mostly because I like my upstairs bathroom a lot more. Haven't really done anything to this bathroom since I got the house. I call it my little house on the prairie bathroom. It's got picnic basket wallpaper. There is a wallpaper strip at the top, like a runner, I think it's called, that is essentially like bushels of wheat that are tied up with bows. And yeah, it's just got like a quaint colonial feel in here. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not what I want. I'm hoping in the winter to do kind of a renovation where I take down the wallpaper, repaint, swap out some of the towel racks and toilet paper rack. And, you know, if I'm still making videos then and I get around to it, you'll probably see it. But that is the hope, is to come in here, strip the wallpaper, repaint, swap out the towel racks, and then make it look like a new place. But this is a first start, and this is a good start. So I have already learned that I should bring both my Phillips head and my flathead, because I don't know what I'm going to find behind these. And yeah, like I said, home stretch. We're just going to swap the hardware out on all of these and call it a day, and then start dreaming about doing it to the kitchen. First up, Phillips head. I do think I'm going to need the longer screws here, but if not, I believe I can just reuse the screws that are here. That hardware is off. You know what? I can already tell that this is going to be too short, and I'm also under the belief that the longer ones that they sent aren't long enough. You know what? For the sake of feedback, let's see if the longer screws that they sent fit here. I feel like this cabinet is just a little too thick. Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to have to use the existing hardware, which will fit. Perfect. Okay. The hardware for the hardware. Between a rock and a hardware. I'm going to have these be, what is that? Perpendicular, not vertical. I'm going to have them lengthwise. I think that's going to be easier to grab. I can pretty easily put them like that. I don't like the look of that as much. I feel like it sits better when it's lengthwise and not vertical. So yeah, I'm already liking this. This already feels like a pretty significant upgrade. One down. Is this one? Oh, I bought too much toilet paper a while back, and this entire cabinet is filled with toilet paper. I'm not kidding. 3 rolls here. 3 more rolls here. Hold on. I got a whole nother shelf of toilet paper in here. This is, you can't see it, but there's 4 up here. And then, just to really drive the point home, I'll spin you around here. Check this out. I ran out of room, so I made a toilet paper pyramid in my conversation chair, which also is not going to stay here forever, but yeah, lots of toilet paper. All right, let's finish this. Beautiful. I love that. I wasn't sure I was going to like this T-shape, and grabbing it, you know, like kind of putting your fingers between, but I think that's really nice. I say that until I catch my finger on it, but for now, I really dig that. And toilet paper back. And let's get this last pull bar on. All right, I hope that's good for you guys because I can't see. I'm legally blind. In case you were wondering and you were keeping score, Phillips head. And now that I look at this, I think I'm going to be able to use the hardware from ROUS. ROUS. It's definitely not ROUS. Oh yeah, we're great. So the hardware that came with this pull bar is perfect for this door. You can probably see it from here. Actually, maybe you can't, but the thickness of kind of these arms of this pull-out drawer, this carries over here. So the thickness of this door, basically, this front piece, is this front door piece. And then there's also, ow, it's got a sliver. Never mind. Forget it. This drawer. If you're wondering about my bathroom upstairs, the cabinetry up there actually doesn't have any hardware. Not looking to change that, but I know if I ever wanted to, probably be calling our friends at ROUS. Tell me how to say your name. Send me some free hardware. Cool, this is done. This looks great. Let me take a step back without stepping on any screws. Very happy I did that. All right. I just got home from a work thing and I had a couple packages waiting for me on the front porch. So figured I'd open them for the camera. We're probably not going to install them or put them where they need to be yet, but I want to open them. So set up the camera. And yeah, I got 2 boxes here. The first one you can see is from Kartell. I bet you can imagine what this is if you know anything about storage units and Kartell, but we'll get to that one in a second. The first piece here is in the smaller box, and this is actually a reorder. I ordered the wrong color of this a few days ago. I did give it a go. Figured I'd try it. I really didn't like it. So got a new one. What does he got? So this is a Jones clock. There's a spot on the wall that was kind of begging for it. There's a whole bunch of little mites on this. Okay. Dead, 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 dead. Any more? So anyway, yeah, this is a Jones clock. I ordered one previously. The wrong color came. I actually ordered the wrong color. Made the swap. This is the replacement. Let's check it out. Yeah, much better. All right. So I opted for the yellow. Originally, I accidentally ordered the orange, and I like orange, as you can tell. You probably can't see here, but there's quite a few orange accents throughout the house. I just didn't really appreciate the orange clock where it was going to hang. I think this is going to look great in the office. Should complement the wall art really nicely and should be a nice pop of color. So the first thing is this Jones clock. Really excited to get this set up. I will say from experience, I wouldn't use a 3M hook to hang this. I would actually use a nail and a hook. Let's just say I found out the hard way. This next piece, similar story. We're about to see what color this is. So this is the Kartell Componibili storage unit. I ordered it in orange, and the picture that displayed on the website was blue, but it did say orange in the order. I'm hoping this is the orange one. We're gonna find out. Let's check it out. If it's not orange, I'm guessing it's gonna be blue. No, it's orange. All right. It is upside down, so I'm going to swap it up here. Oh, very nice. That is exactly the orange I was hoping it would be. Oh yeah, so these are all removable. Meaning, oh, I guess not. So just the bottom one is, so there's the 2 unit and then there's a single unit. I guess that makes sense because when I looked on the website that you could buy them as singles, as doubles, as 3-piece, or as 4. So I imagine the 4 is just a combination of these 2. And the 3 is obviously a single and a double. So this is the storage unit. Really cool. Sleek. There we go. Oh, that's nice. It actually kind of clicks into place to make sure that the faces are all even. And then these are the doors. I'm not exactly sure where this is going to go yet. I have 2 ideas. I think it's going to look good in all of them. That one was stuck a little bit, but really nice. Cool. I'm going to go admire it from the other side of the camera. Sick. All right, so before I forget, because I know I'm gonna forget, I wanted to show you what this area looked like before I put the mirror up. So the mirror is gonna go up on this wooden wall here. I'm gonna point in this general area. It's a 24 by 36 mirror. You can see it right there. And the reason that I want this mirror up there is because this is my dining area and I can seat 7 pretty easily, but it's hard to have a conversation when you're having a dinner with multiple people and you're seated like this. And what tends to happen is there's 2 conversations. So there'll be a conversation at the table, then a conversation over at the bar area. So by putting a mirror up there, it's going to allow the people at the bar to see the folks at the table, and it's going to allow the folks at the table to see the faces of the people at the bar. And it's just going to make, for, in my opinion, a better dining experience when I have people over for dinner. Just more communal. It'll be easier to have a conversation as a group. This is the mirror that's going to go up there. Like I mentioned, it's 24 by 36. It's just a cheaper bathroom mirror that I found online. It's got a stainless steel frame around it. The frame kind of sits out, I would say, like 3/4 of an inch. So not too far. I typically like my frames to sit flush with the mirror just to kind of maximize visibility and like the light bouncing off of it. But I thought it was a nice touch. And yeah, so we're going to install that. And I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys what it looked like before I hung that up. Fuck you. Okay, you can bring that down. Beautiful. All right, that looks great. And I said 23, right? Well, I guess this is the length of it, right? So it doesn't matter. Other thought I had, I'm a little afraid of. The microwave is right back here. And I don't know what kind of electrical. This is gonna go into a cabinet, which is fine. I think the one on the left is also gonna go mostly into, nope, it's not. It's gonna go into HVAC, probably. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, sorry, you okay? Oh my God, are you okay? Yeah. Okay. You know what, I don't think I need you to hold that. I'm sorry. That was so stupid. Is that tight enough? Yeah.
You have to leave that in your first video.
Well, it's the second video, but yeah, we'll definitely leave that. If you want to be friends with Kyle, you better be ready to fucking get impaled. Okay. Going slow, watching your hand. Going slow, watching your hand. Oh, we found those at my parents' house. Do you remember those? Show the camera. The hot cakes, I think, is down there. That one's my favorite. There you go. You were right. Wrong tool for the job. Patience. If I would have just done it slow like that, instead of like, hey, get the fuck in there, it would have been fine. Woo!
That's it.
There you go. Just kidding, it's gonna be 100% perfect.
I mean, it should be. We drew the line.
True. That's it.
There you go.
That looks great.
It does.